Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to Ministry of Noise. We have Black Angel today. Which, they are a band from the UK. They're heavy goth. So I'm going to connect with them right now.
Hi there.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good.
I'm
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you just fine. Thank you very much for doing this. I'm inviting Corey right now as well, so he should have an invitation.
Okay, great.
The only thing is that I see you
Oh,
on this side. So, hey, there's Corey. Corey's the other member of your band, correct?
correct. Yeah.
Awesome, man. It's great to have you. I've been listening, following you now for about a year and a half or so. I
Oh, cool.
remember, I don't know if you guys remember, I posted a video of you guys. I don't remember the song, unfortunately. It's still in the rotation. It's a video where you guys have a green, like a lime green guitar on the video.
Oh, yeah, that's alive.
Alive. Okay. And it did well. It's still out there. And obviously the sound I think has changed. You guys are evolving into a more I love the video that I posted. I don't know if that's some of your latest oh I'm
Yeah, I
sorry.
think it
I need
was.
to
Sure.
sorry. I'm adding Corey. I because I'm not an expert on this thing, so I apologize, man.
No, no, not at all.
There he is.
Hey
There he
there.
is.
Hi Corey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good, thank you.
Took me a little
There's a
figuring
lot.
out here. Thank you for your patience.
Oh, you're
No, I like to
welcome.
hear this. I like to hear the sound of glass on concrete there, Corey. I hope it's got alcohol in it.
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
Awesome. So, Corey's the guitar player. I mean, Corey's the singer and you're the guitar player, correct?
Yeah, I'm essentially I write the music and play. I'm like the instrumentalist, and then Corey is the front man for Black Angel.
Okay. He looks a lot different from the video that I posted.
I would
I
hope
guess,
so.
yeah. Are you from the States or are you from the UK as well? Because your English is like
Well,
very American.
sometimes I'm from the UK, but sometimes I'm from the States. But no, I'm from Ohio. Yeah, I grew up in the United States.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I have some family in Ohio myself, in Toledo. So
Oh,
that's great.
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got family in Toledo and nearby. Okay.
We
I'm
we
sorry. I hope you never visit there.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Like I was like Marr is I have the same last name as Johnny Marr. I'm Maher, Maher. So it's all the Irish that moved to Ohio in Toledo.
Okay.
I guess that's where my last name comes from
I
all the
see you
Interesting.
do.
Irish people.
You do post a lot of Johnny Marr videos for sure. I'm a super huge fan of the Smiths, so I do like seeing all of those Johnny Marr
Same.
guitar videos that you post.
Yeah, I think it's really hard to grasp his style of playing, and I've never met anybody that could uh, play the song exactly and not make one mistake. You can make at least one mistake during the song. You can play it the whole thing through, but it's very hard. And I mean, the way he does it, it's just mind blowing. So
Well,
I'm
the fact that he's
I'm
been in two iconic bands that are like separated by 30
serious,
years
guys.
is very impressive. Like winding up in Modest Mouse is just such an incredible, like, interesting, journey. And it speaks to how cool he is that he's able to just, kind of leap right into that band.
Right? Yeah, he's great. But
I was looking at one
and
of your videos the other day, and he was playing a track of Meet His Murder, and he was just playing. It was like so intricate what he was playing, and he was just playing it like note perfect. as he did like back in whenever it was the
when
late
he was a
80s, early
kid.
90s. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
think
just
they wrote
what a
that
genius.
song in '85, I think. So
Yeah,
yeah, he
he's a
started
genius,
very
that son.
young. You know, Morrissey has not aged very well. Because they're only a couple of years apart, and Johnny Marr looks kind of the same. You know, I mean, he has age, but he looks
Right.
pretty good. You know, you
Is
guys
When the
look
Morrissey
Queen,
good.
looking bad these days?
Who?
I think
Morrissey?
Is Morrissey not looking good these days?
I think he's just miserable.
Ah,
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
it,
yeah.
this he wants to be miserable. I think he lives for that, and I don't know. He hasn't aged very well lately. I guess I don't know. You
I
know,
take your
But
word for it.
when The Queen is Dead came out, I was a film school student in Manchester, and of course, all of us piled round to the Salford Lads Club, which is on the in the gatefold of The Queen is Dead, and we took our Smith's picture outside of the Salford Lads Club.
That
right.
record is
It was
just
the
one
thing
of
to
the
do.
best records ever.
So you're
Yeah,
from Manchester?
yeah. No,
Because all
I
my
did study.
favorite. Okay. No, I was
No, I
gonna
was going to
say
say
all my favorite guitar players are from the Manchester area. I know some of them. I know Billy Duffy's from Manchester. I know obviously Johnny Marr, and I'm friends with John Rossi from Slaughter and the Dogs.
it must be a northern thing. I mean, I'm not from
Uh,
Manchester, but two of the
okay,
greatest
but
guitarists around, Johnny Marr and Bailey Duffy, are both from
yeah.
Manchester. So I guess it must be a Northern England thing. I wish I was from Northern England, but I'm
I
not.
love I love England, by the way, because you guys come up with amazing music. I get you guys in general with the goth movement, which obviously I was heavily involved. I play heavy metal now, trash, that. I mean, like 3 or 4 different bands, but
Ah,
uh, I I love everything that has to be goth, like the Cult, the Cure, the early Cure stuff. And when they play it live, it's so much heavier, than when this. I always like live music better because they tend to play it a lot heavier. But obviously, Sisters of Mercy, a great influence. Mission UK.
uh-huh.
So what I'm going with this is, what type of goth music are you guys trying to achieve? I mean,
Oh, Matt's never heard of any of those. He doesn't. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, I grew up in the 80s in that scene with Sisters, Bauhaus, Susie, the Cult, all of that stuff, and it's always influenced everything I've kind of done, especially with this project. And we're not trying to copy anybody, but
right,
especially on the music side, I can't help but be influenced by those bands. And yeah, hopefully it shows a little bit in the music, but not too much that it feels as though we're trying to replicate something.
right. No, your music is great. I love everything that you guys are doing, and I'll definitely keep posting more of your stuff because I am heavily into the goth music. It's just that uh I can only be in so many bands, and like I was telling somebody yesterday, like the muscle memory in my brain, like I have learned so many these songs that I'm playing now for this tour that we're gonna start, and like I learned those and then I let them go. But to play goth music, you have to have maybe layering and two or three type of guitars, like kind of like, I mean, how many guitar players do you guys have? Just one, which is you, right?
He does
Just
And,
me.
everything. He
And
does
yeah,
yeah,
there's
everything.
lots of layers. I mean, when we're going to plan on playing live, I guess maybe later this year or next year. And yeah, when we do play live, that's going to be a lot more intricate of a setup to make it sound as good as it can be. So we'll see. I think we'll
fuller.
have to employ some more guitarists.
Well, hey,
Corey,
I'm
we're going to
available.
give you a
I'm
guitar.
available. I'll play. I'll do it.
Okay.
Uh, When in the summer? When are you guys going on tour?
We're not doing a tour just yet. It would be nice to do a tour, but if we did, it would have to be the right tour because Corey and I, we both work in the film industry and we both have other kind of commitments. So it would have to be a really great tour offer for us to be able to take time out to do that. But it would be nice. But yeah, we'd love to play bigger festivals, just do some smaller, one-off gigs and stuff, wherever that be, whether it be, WGT or, whatever. It'd just be good to do some like bigger festival
Right.
stuff. But we do have a new album. We've already got an album out right now called The Black Rose. But one thing we're trying to do I guess it's for really sharing the music and also for kind of charity. We reached out to remixers around the world and we asked them, look, take any track off our four albums that are already out and reinterpret it into your own remix. And it can be anything you want it to be. Just reinterpret the whole thing. So anyway, we're going to release an album in about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks on October the 7th. And the album
Okay.
costs $1 to buy. And the only reason we're charging for it is Bandcamp need to charge a fee to put it in their like system. So any proceeds that we get, we're going to give to an Alzheimer's charity. So I hope people
Wow.
get on board and get behind it because some of the
Dollar,
remixes are really good.
dollar. What? You're trying to bleed your fan base dry? Uh, like, do you need more?
We do this for free.
Well,
Obviously,
it seems like you guys are very successful in the movie industry. Just real
oh,
quick,
we're
because
so
I
successful. We are. Oh my God.
I do
Oh my
some
God.
scores myself for the music industry. So in LA. So what do you guys do music or you guys are into completely different aspect of that?
Corey, why don't you take
No,
the
no,
floor?
you, because you are actually successful.
I work for a major studio as what they call a re-recording mixer for film and TV. So I'm one of the guys that makes the movies, sound like they sound. So that's basically my job.
Any James Bond movies that I might have that you might have worked on?
I've never done any James Bond movies actually. But
Okay.
if they knock on the door, I'll be happy to do one. And Corey is a big successful actor in
I'm
this
so
crazy
big and
La
I
La
am
Land.
so successful.
You know what? I've seen him before. That's what when I'm like I'm trying to figure out where I've seen you before. Like where do you hang out in LA? Is that where you're
In
staying at right now?
the restrooms in Griffith Park.
No, seriously. You go to the Rainbow?
Uh,
Have I seen you at the Rainbow? The
no, I've been to the
whiskey?
Rainbow for sure. No, I've got one of those generic faces. No, I mean I don't go out much. But I've been in some commercials and some bad movies and stuff. So I'm just.
But you were in
Come
that
on.
really, really good show, The Offer, on Paramount,
I
which
was I was I was in the offer for approximately 5 seconds. That was
Is
a
that the
really good
movie
thing.
about the Godfather? The
Yeah,
making of the Godfather? Yeah.
yeah.
I uh I subscribe to Paramount just for that but
I did too.
come on.
I did just to see Corey. I
It's a
subscribed
good.
just for Corey.
Well, thank you. I'll you can deduct
What
that from the
what
next.
what
Uh,
episode were you in so that I
um,
go back and
I don't know. Was it episode? Boy, I don't remember. I don't remember.
Maybe
like
Um,
I
five.
but it was it was a great experience. It was a lot of fun. I got to drive a really expensive vintage Mercedes and try not to crash it into everybody. It
right.
was cool.
Like io parlo italiano benissimo. Like I grew up in northern Italy near the border with Germany and I mean Austria, not Germany, Bolzano. And I was in a movie called K the Bandit and I was in the very last scene. I was a cop and I
Why
only
do
had
I
two
know that? Why
lines.
do I know that name? That sounds familiar.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
the movie was shot in Venice in Italy and and my friend from LA was there, and he's like, "Hey man, you want to be in it?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure, man. I've never done anything. I'm not an actor. I've never studied anything, but if I can get some credits, I'm like, yeah, that's fine." And we got to shoot. I got to shoot like obviously they have the safety and the blanks, and it was Beretta, but it was like a automatic, like kind of like it was a Beretta made in Italy, but it was a like an Uzi. So when we shot this guy like 800 rounds because it was like 20 of us, but I was the very first one that says, okay, like I was waiting for a command from the Carabinieri, and I was like, all right, let's
Hmm.
shoot him, man. But yeah, it's interesting. But
That
anyways, we're
had to have
getting
been a lot of fun.
it was fun except for one of the shells, the hot shells got into. I had this Carabinieri costume on. I mean, suit on from the Italian military police, and one of the shields got in between my collar and like went through my back, and it was very hot, so I got burned, and I couldn't do anything, like because they told us this is one take because it's like 900 bullets going, like special
Hmm.
effects, all that bullshit. And so, but I think I still went like, but yeah, it was
And
it was
what was the
fun.
movie called?
It's called K the Bandit, and
Okay, the Bandit. It's not like Smoking the Bandit, then.
no, it's K the Bandit, and it's pretty much the same people except for Mel Gibson that did Passion of the Christ. Like a lot of the actors from Passion of the Christ were on that movie,
Oh, okay.
and
Oh, I'll have to check
and
it out.
uh, and the director was Martin Donovan, which did a movie with uh did a very famous movie which I can't remember the name right now. But anyways, we're getting completely off subject. People here want to hear your music.
Yeah.
No, let's talk more about obscure films shot in Italy.
Well, I mean, if you guys are ever in Italy, my family has a small hotel in Venice, and that's part of the reason because the crew was staying at the hotel. They rented out all the rooms, so
Oh,
Ah, I
that's
see.
cool.
Right.
so
That's
I
cool.
was lucky. Yeah,
Well, Venice is
yeah,
beautiful for sure.
Yes, it
yeah.
is.
We're like on the Lido where they have the Venice Film Festival, which there's the beach and everything. It's a little bit more modern. It's but and it's a beach resort. So during the winter, you really want to kill yourself. There's nobody there. A lot of drug addicts. So I spent 10 years there, just miserable. But the summers made up for everything else. It was great.
Do you have any
You
stories about
know,
Harrison Ford shooting Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade?
I do not, but the people that do all the casting in Venice. They do. I have a story about Mark Wahlberg and what was that movie called with the Mini Coopers? It was like the Italian Job.
The Italian Job.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They messed up an actual bridge in Venice, and it was like a historical thing. I mean, they because they were actually driving those cars in through Venice
Yeah.
for parts of it. But
Well, well, he's
nothing
got lots of
hot
money. He
and
can pay for that.
fancy. Yeah, yeah. I mean, nothing. I don't know any hot like during the film festival. You get to see people, and it's interesting, Now and then Rome wanted to compete. Now they have the Rome Film Festival, and I just go through those things because there's nothing else to do. I guess when you're in Italy, you go to these things.
Well,
But
those are cool experiences, though.
yeah, I mean, I like with low B movies, like horror movies. I get hired to do the scores sometimes, and or if there's a like, guitar involved, I also play the keyboards. So I do most of the work on the movies with keyboards, but I mean, I don't get paid a lot, and I just do it mostly for fun and just to get credits
Yeah,
out there, you know.
it's a tough business for sure.
Yeah.
It is, and that's why I'm like I speak 5 languages, and I'm in this band, which is very from Argentina, and they're very, very successful. I don't get paid a lot, but I mean, we do tour a lot, so I'm very grateful. You know,
That's cool.
the guitar player is actually he went to England and when he was young, and like he's very good friends with Malstein because they're at that level. I mean, like the guys at that level. Like I'm just a rhythm guitar player there, but uh Walter, the guitar player, I mean, I don't know about carrying around like 10 full stacks of Marshalls, not fake, the real ones, right? Like it was crazy. I saw Malstein not too long ago, and he had like 40 on stage, but it was a bar. It was a bar. It was not like huge place. It was House of Blues. I'm like, shoot. I mean,
Wow.
That's a lot.
it was the first concert that I had to leave because it was too loud. It was just too loud, and
Wow. That's impressive.
yeah. But you guys,
Yeah.
let's talk about you. Let's talk about your music. What was your latest video? I saw that you guys were filming in the desert somewhere or
Well,
somewhere
the
remote.
last the last one we did was a black and white one called "Look Me in the Eye," which is off
Hmm.
the new album, The Black Rose. Have we done one in the desert, Corey? Oh yeah, yeah,
There's
that was for Breathe. Yeah, that was for
yeah,
Breathe. It was
sort of
black and white
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we did 3 videos for 3 songs off the new album, The Black Rose. One was Breathe, which was black and white in the desert. One was All or Nothing, which where we had the girl like running around Hollywood for that one, and us in the studio. And then yeah, the other black and white one, Look Me in the Eye, where we had a couple of girl drummers and girl bass player and the dancer Anna. That was good, and we just tried to because we both work in the film industry. Black Angel is on our own label. We have offers to go to bigger labels, but this way, we like to keep control of everything. So being an
Right.
independent label, budgets are not maybe as big as you want, but being that I went to film school and all that kind of stuff, hopefully our videos have a certain production, value level to them, so that they look pretty cool and they look expensive, although they weren't that expensive to make. And hopefully, each one will get better and will look kind of better and have higher production values. But it's a lot of fun doing them.
Yeah.
We do tend to do a lot in a day, as Corey will testify to. But you got to knock this stuff out.
It's like I mean, it's like any band. Every you grow as you go along, and every video gets better when everybody does. I mean, I think everybody's videos gets better, except for Sisters of Mercy. Their videos, their videos. I
They
mean,
don't get better.
they they got worse. I mean, they don't make it. They don't make them anymore. And I hear you about being independent, and I guess that's what Andrew wanted, but he
Well, they don't
signed
have
the
that many songs
contract.
to make videos for. I mean, after this Corrosion, which I thought was a really good video, and I think it cost a lot of money, they didn't really
Oh
make
no,
many videos after that.
no, exactly. I think they made 3 or 4 good videos, and then the money ran out. Not on their part, on this on the label. They didn't want to do what the label wanted them to do, and sometimes that exactly like what you're saying. It's okay. Do you want to have your own freedom now? Especially now, it's completely different because you can put out all your music. You can put out singles. You can put out an EP. Then you can put out an actual, physical music and sell it yourself.
Yeah,
But you don't have the record label behind you. maybe you don't get the exposure. But there's now with social media. I mean, who knows? I mean, a video of your video can blow out. You don't even know it. Jerry Beamy, you guys know him? He's saying hello.
Hello,
Uh,
Jerry Beamy. How are
hey
you?
Jerry, how you doing?
And
Yeah, but I think the problem is these days you've got the ability to put your stuff up on iTunes and sit right up there next to I don't know, I don't know, somebody, Mariah Carey, let's say, right?
Are we
You
going
could
to
right,
see a dead person?
I was going to say Whitney Houston, and I
Yeah,
thought that might be inappropriate, but yeah, you could put your music up there with Taylor Swift, right, and on iTunes, and you've both got the same opportunity. But the trouble is with that is there's I think there's a lot of music that necessarily shouldn't be up there sitting alongside with a lot of these musicians. I think the whole craft of making music is I don't want to say disappearing, but now it's so easy to do it and you can basically do it on your phone. I think the pool is a lot kind of wider than it used to be, and I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. So, I liked the idea of the big labels back in the 80s and the 90s. They groomed musicians, they used producers who learnt the craft, and they made great music, and it still holds the test of time today. Like at Floodland this month is 35 years ago. It came out this month. And it still sounds amazing because you got Jim Steinman, who was the producer, and it just sounds amazing, you know? Okay,
they're
rant
saying
over.
hello. You guys have fans from Australia. They're saying good day from Australia. Sunburn.
Good day,
Well,
mates.
Hello there.
Good
Hello there,
day,
everyone.
mates.
uh, yeah. Uh, it's a tough business to crack. I think Spotify, unless you're Metallica or a band of that caliber, you don't see that much money. I
No,
I
you're not going
know
to see anything.
I have a friend that is in a band and they had 50 million, was it 50? Yeah, 50 million plays of one single,
Right.
and we were laughing about how much money he would get from Spotify. But, I think it's more of a marketing tool. I mean, nowadays bands have to tour to make money, I think,
Yeah, and
more than
merchandise.
anything.
Well,
Yeah, I
Merchandise,
think so.
touring, and if you're not on a label, then sell your own music, on Bandcamp or any of these venues that you guys have. Oh, so you said
Yeah,
you
that's what
guys
we
were
do.
on, but you're followed by a couple of labels that I know that follow you
Oh, I
because I
wish they'd get
think,
in touch.
well,
I
they're
wondered who
from
that shadow was.
They're from Los Angeles. Uh, so one of them is called Cop International, which
Right.
they have artists like Stabbing Westward. They have good artists, and the other one is Cleopatra, which
Yeah, yeah, we know those yeah, we know those guys. Yeah, in fact we recently turned down a deal from Sony because it didn't work. So, we don't need to we're not desperate to sign any piece of paper. Quite happy just doing what we want to do right now, and be able to put out the music we want to be able to put out because we've all been, we've been in bands for decades and we've been through all the processes and stuff, and this is just doing it because we want to do it, and it's
yeah,
people do seem to be reacting to it, and I'm really really grateful to Bandcamp because there's a whole group of people out there that want to buy physical merchandise, they want to buy vinyl, they want to buy CDs, and they have the mentality that it's not disposable music like it is on Spotify and iTunes, and it's skip 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 skip. They want to buy the album that have a tactile experience that I
Yep,
remember when you put it on the turntable,
yep.
you put the needle on the record, you
Listen
look at
to
the
it all the way
lyrics,
through, read
you
the
listen to
lyrics if
side
you're
A,
listening.
flip
Yep.
it over, listen to side B, and there's an experience to it. It's not like, oh, I don't like this skip, I don't like this skip, I don't like this skip. It's music so
oh
disposable these days.
no, I remember. I'm sure you guys remember, but I remember the days that you would go into a record store and you would look at the covers and the cover
Right.
would attract you to that music. It's like, this looks interesting, let's give it a listen, and then you would go into a cabin and listen to to the
Hmm.
music, and I miss those days. It's like everything is so easy right now to dismiss because either you love it or hate it. And if you hate one song, then hey, this specific band, fuck it,
Be-
they're
because
not
there's
worth
so much,
anything.
yeah, because there's
And
so much stuff out there. People just dismiss it in an instant, which is a shame.
there's a lot of stuff out there, but you guys, for example, have a nice, and I don't know what, I think you have a website and you have or you want to tell me, but you guys have a following that it's nice. It's a nice following to have, because there's bands that have 800 people, but they're still opening for Ministry. You know, like a couple of those bands are going to be on in a couple of weeks, and they only have like 1,000 followers or 800 followers, but they're still opening for huge bands. So,
Right.
but you guys have a jump start on all of that, and you guys been around now for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah,
2018, I
it's
read.
yeah, 4 years, 4 albums. Knock out an album
Okay,
per year is
I'm
the
s-
plan.
I'm sorry, I do a horrible camera work, and people are getting annoyed at like I move it a lot, and so
Oh, I
I
see.
apologize. Um, so who does all the? I mean, yeah. I'll compete. We'll make a competition of this. So who writes the music? Are you guys a duo? Are you guys a duo like Johnny Marr and Morrissey? Somebody writes all the lyrics and somebody writes all the music, or is it
I don't do
just
anything. I show up at the end and I sing the songs. That everything else is Matt. Every single thing. He writes the
But
songs. He plays all the instruments. He produces it. I just sing them.
the two things
okay?
can't they two things need to coexist. One can't work without the other. So it's definitely both have equal importance. Corey gives it he's the front man. He gives it the sound and the image and stuff, which is for me is brilliant. It's perfect. Oh,
Yeah.
keep talking. Okay. So yes, yeah. I guess yeah. I write everything and produce and master. That's just one thing I like to do. I really like to be able to do
One
this.
thing
And
you like to do. That's 12 things you like to do.
Writing, mixing, mastering, producing, choosing the videos, the models. I know you had
Yeah, exactly.
on that video that I posted, there were a lot of good-looking people in that video, including you chaps, you gentlemen. Good-looking people all around your videos. Which
Yeah,
I
we
was going
pay
to ask you, is that a real band, or is the two of you and then you guys hire musicians, or were those girls just on the video for
Do you
for
think
uh
those women who are that attractive, have cultivated the ability to play an instrument?
no,
yes,
No,
of
no,
course.
no. If
no,
you're if
no.
you're if you're an attractive female, you do not have to cultivate the ability to play the drums, but they fake it very well.
Yeah, they did.
Listen,
Yeah, they did great. They were great. They
I
were. We cast the models, and yeah. Well, obviously, if you're asking the question, then it paid off because yeah, they did a good job.
They
They
did
did
a
a good
very
job.
good job.
But they were all models. Yeah,
yeah, I think
actresses, I
not
should say.
not nowadays you need that, and because there's a drummer, a lady drummer that follows me, and I we follow each other from Argentina, and she plays for a band called Nervosa from Portugal, and they're very successful. They play festivals, but she could be a model. She's really hot. She's extremely hot, and she's a very talented drummer. Now, just
I,
because of the combination of those two things, she has over 100,000 followers, right? So,
It helps.
I'm not saying that women have the advantage, but they do.
well,
Without
and I
getting
also I was being only slightly cheeky with the fact that obviously there are talented, attractive women. I was only making a slight joke about that. But yeah, it look, with the music industry, especially when you consider how MTV was born and everything, it pays to be cosmetically appealing. So and
right.
that's both sides of it. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, it's just like when Duran Duran and all those guys when they were young, you know, they would catch the eye of the girls, and back then I guess it was more about the guys in the band. But those guys could play instruments. It's not like Boys to Men. What was it? Those boy bands. I even, thank God I got that out of my memory. But Boys to
Yeah,
not
Duran Duran could play. All of them could play. You know,
Well,
Soprano
those
ballet.
guys
yeah,
could
They could
pick
all
your
could
play.
play the
poison. Pick your
music.
poison.
Who'd say
But
poison?
Poison,
yeah, I mean, no, I was just saying pick your poison. But
Uh,
the band.
no, just as the expression, you can
Oh yeah,
choose
yeah.
Poison's not a boy band.
your example.
No,
But
they were.
it's like it's basically it's like you when it ultimately comes down to the test, can you do it? And yeah, you sort of have to do it, but you only get that opportunity if you pass these certain cosmetic exams at a certain point. Meanwhile, there are tons of other people who are fat and ugly who are writing really, really great songs that nobody ever gets to hear from because they don't pass the first couple levels of exams. So yeah, these people, they can do what they're supposed to do, but they've only gotten to that point for the most part because they are cosmetically pleasing. There's tons of other people out there doing really, really great shit who don't look like anybody wants to watch, dancing around in a video.
Oh yeah, like me. I look like shit. I
Yeah, I was going
admit
to
it.
say that, but I
But
didn't know.
I look like shit. Don't worry. But not like seriously. Like if I didn't get my whole arm tattooed, one band would not hire me. So like I had to have that bad boy image, and I started
yeah.
tattooing my whole arm. And I guess I mean I like it. But
Well,
like I
don't
Corey,
said,
tell.
I've made an
Yeah,
appointment for you, Corey.
Matt, close your ears.
like,
There are
and
limits.
I don't even know what to put. So I put some family members, some important things,
Yeah,
and
it should be stories and events.
Hmm.
and then it gets addicted, right? And I got my
Yeah.
other arm. I started on my other arm. I put my son. I put some bullshit. So,
Yeah, I've
yeah.
got the lyrics to Randy Newman's "Short People" tattooed in my anus. It's only for the wife.
Uh, where did you have it tattooed? Where?
My anus.
There was
It cost
a
extra.
girl in Los Angeles that was only famous because she had the anus tattoo.
Oh my
And
god.
yeah,
That's gotta hurt. That's
that
gotta
was
hurt.
yeah, like face
Good for
tattoos.
her.
Face tattoos, like I would never do ever,
Yeah.
and I will never get anything around private parts. Definitely not even piercings or anything like that. But why are we talking about? Let's talk about your goth
I blame
music. I
you.
mean,
I blame you.
so anal tattoos. No, so your music, your inspiration for being goth, because the last song or the song that I posted had a little bit of like industrial in it as well. At least that's what I felt, that I had a little bit of industrial music as well.
Do you remember which song it was?
It's the one I posted with all the models, the black and white video.
Okay, yeah,
Uh,
look me in the eye.
yeah,
There's no intentional industrial feel. It's not
excuse
something
me, just a sec.
I'm particularly
Uh, are we? Hello? Can you guys
hello?
see me?
Oh, I
Yeah.
can. Hello. Welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. I moved and so I'm sorry. You
It's
were
all
telling
good.
me. Um, I apologize.
Yeah, there's no intentional industrial influence in it. I'm not saying I don't like it or I do like it, but there's no intentional influence in it. It really is. What I try and do is if you could take the Sister Mercy, Bauhaus, Susie and the Banshees, the Cult, the Damned, put them all in a big mixing bowl, move it around a bit. Hopefully, something we do comes out the other side. For me, there's lots of different genres within, the Gothic, even within the Gothic rock genre, like Sister Mercy, the Banshees, but the two of them are both, I think, standalone and are both incredible. This, and then halfway through, it's like, well, this sounds completely different. What did I do? Where did I kind of go on a different path? But it's just one of those things. But the main thing is because I'll normally write, let's say, 20 songs, and then I'll sit down and listen back to them. Right, I'm always listening to them, but I've got into the habit now of culling songs very quickly. If I listen to it and I don't think, how did I do that, or I get a buzz out of it in the first 5-10 seconds, throw it in the trash, go back to the drawing board. Sorry,
Right.
Corey, it's going to take a while for the next album.
And what is your writing process like? Like, do you start with an idea, like, or do you start thinking about little pieces of music and then you put them together, or do you
I
have?
normally I sort of to start the process, which is always when I always start the process before I've even finished the last album, and I might hear something, I might come up with a melody in my head, and so I carry, obviously everyone carries their phone around, but I make audio notes, and I save stuff, or I might come up with a riff, and I just record everything in my phone. Then I'll sit down and just start trying ideas out. And the worst thing is making time, sitting down, and then saying, I'm going to write a song today, because you can pretty much
Right.
guarantee, for me, it's not going to happen. It just has to happen organically. And I just start with, I normally just get a drum riff going on the drum machine, or I might try and write a drum part. I've got a drum kit over here. And then I just plug in guitars and I just try ideas. And
Okay.
sometimes, I can tell pretty quickly whether anything's going to work that day, and if it doesn't, I just pack up, go have a drink, go do something else, and then come back to it another time. But trying to force it never works. It's just got to happen
No.
organically. And then the song
Yeah.
just grows. I'll just like add to it, and then come back to it. If it doesn't work, I'll trash it, work on the next song, and then gradually I'll just come up with like 10 songs. And once all the parts are down, and I'll just start writing lyrics. And once I've done all the guides for that, I send it over to Corey, and he does his magic.
Okay. So what would chords part be on it? I mean, you record your lyrics in Los Angeles.
Yeah, I just I sing what he sends me. That's
Okay.
as
So
simple
you
as it is.
literally really don't participate in any of the writing process or creative process
I
at all.
literally do not participate in anything other than singing the songs that he sends me.
Okay. Where did you take singing lessons, or were you uh besides being an actor, which we just found out today, which is
Pardon me.
great. No, no.
Uh,
Besides being an actor,
I
did you take singing lessons or any type of lessons?
No, no, no. I've been a singer songwriter myself for many years. I've got my own albums and write my own songs, and um, I don't like lessons. So no, I just um, tried to see if my particular vocal stylings would fit um, the songs that he wrote, and ended up working out, and that's kind of where it went. But yeah, I just I just caterwaul in my kitchen, and it ends up working out okay.
Okay, so you guys are definitely a duo. You guys don't have a full band, right? Which is the
No, we
way to.
have. I
By
mean,
the way, I congratulate you because it's the way to do it. That's the way I do it. So I nowadays with the music business is, I mean, everybody gets the same share? No, no. Why? If I'm writing all the music and somebody else is writing all the lyrics, I think, I like the duo thing. That's exactly what happened with the Smiths. I mean, Morrissey would write all the lyrics and Johnny Marr would write all the music. And, we, we all know what happened afterwards. They got sued and everything. But, you know, uh, I honestly think that's the way to go. But I don't know what you guys think. I don't like anybody telling me, hey, you need to change this chorus or change the intro, the outro, this, that. I mean, I like to do my whole thing, and I don't like anybody telling me what to do unless, you know.
yeah, totally. I mean, for Corey and I, been there, seen it, done it, got the t-shirt. This is just like super low key. This was a project that I did that I just did this because I wanted to do it and I didn't care if anybody else liked it. I think for Corey, not speaking for you, but I think it works for Corey. He's busy too. So when I'm done, I'll send it to Corey. He fits it in, makes it work when it works for him, and then I put the stuff out, and hopefully people like it because I get a huge kick out of writing it and working with Corey and doing the videos and these kind of interviews and stuff. And yeah, if it gets bigger, fantastic. If it doesn't,
Right.
great, because I've just had the pleasure of working with Corey and making this project, and I have other avenues to if I want. I think if I was a musician and this is all I did, it would just drive me bananas. I work in the film industry that pays my mortgage. This is what I do for pleasure. I do for fun, and it's my hobby. And so I don't have to take it too seriously, and I don't have to depend on it. And I think that's the big difference. If you don't have to depend on it, then it just makes it really pleasurable.
Cemetery Goth loves your music. Just wanted to put that out there.
Hey, Cemetery
Thank you
Goth,
very
how you
much.
doing?
So your guitar playing, how did this start? Like, when did you start playing guitar, or
I
just
started playing
basics?
guitar when She Sells Sanctuary came out in 1986, and
Okay.
I heard it, and it was one of the best things I ever heard. So I bought a guitar, and I tried to learn and play, get lessons and stuff, and I was just terrible at it. And I'm a particularly really bad average guitar player, and because I'm in the studio and I have the chops on the machine here, I can record and make it right and edit, and that's how I make it work. Uh, and I love playing, but I can't really play. I just make it kind of work. I'd love to be able to play, but again,
Well,
Cemetery.
you basically described most of the great producers and mixers you know that have existed.
right. You just
Cemetery God is saying, I'm doing good. How are you, Matt?
I'm really good. Thank you very much. Did you check out our new remix today for Take Me Down on the new remix by Suburban Spell? Hopefully. If not, it's on Bandcamp and it's completely free.
So you
But
guys
we're
are on
good.
band.
Thank you.
Okay, so going back to your guitar playing, what kind of effect? Because I ask a lot of guitar questions. What kind of
Yeah.
effects do you use? What kind of guitars do you use? What kind of how do you record your music? Pro Tools, or how do you master it? Do you master and mix yourself? Just
I did. Well,
quickly,
let
you
me
don't have
start.
to. Yeah,
Yeah, so let me start. So here's my guitar wall, and
very nice.
I'm a Gibson and a Telecaster fan, but definitely Les Paul. And in fact, my favorite guitar is this one here, and it costs. I do most of my writing on this. It costs $60. It's a copy of a a Squire Mini. It's actually a kid's guitar, and I do a lot of writing on that, and that was
You
really
might
cool.
want to
Wow.
upgrade.
And then,
Maybe it'll improve your writing.
and then this is my because like I say, I work in the film industry, so this is why my what we call mix stage. So I have like there's the projection screen, and here's the desk with all the faders and all that kind of stuff, and I kind of it's a mixture of bits and pieces and
Right.
guitar stuff. So I kind of work and write in the same place. But yeah, I'm a Logic. I use Logic. I write everything and produce everything on Logic, and then
Logic.
I master
Okay.
everything on Pro Tools. And I've been a mastering engineer for a couple of decades. I did that before I started writing music, and so I have a bag of tricks that most people do. And so yeah, I produce, mix, and master everything, because that way
Do
I
you
can only make myself happy.
right? And just this is a question that I'm going to throw out there. Do you mix and master for other artists, or you just do your personal and music and your movie industry?
No, I don't produce for anybody else because nobody's asked me. But
I'm
yeah,
asking you that. There's a reason why I'm asking. I might send you some stuff and see how much it costs because I don't master anything. And
yeah. So I don't produce for anybody else. I haven't got the time. I don't really mix for anybody else because I haven't got the time. If I do master for some people, and normally I don't even charge them because they just ask me as a favor, and I already know them personally, and they say, "Hey, somebody mastered this for me. I don't really like it. Can you make it better?" And I'll give it a go, and sometimes I do. Uh, so yeah, yeah, we'll chat after. You can send me some stuff.
great, thank you very much.
You're
And
just doing it.
I don't want to
You're just
keep you
doing it
guys too
Damn
yourself.
it!
long.
What have I
Where
done?
is where is the best place to find your music, to get music? Do you have a Patreon or besides Bandcamp where people can follow you more closely,
They can
follow your
donate directly
career?
to me. My Venmo is at Corey Lee Landis. Anybody who just wants to show their appreciation can just send me money, and I will send them various autographs, nudes, drawings, whatever they want.
You made him laugh so much, you killed him.
It's like the Roger Rabbit with the weasels, when you make them laugh so hard they expire. Oh, he's
Yeah,
back.
Okay, he's back. He's back. You can
I'm sorry.
find all of our music and merch and everything on Bandcamp, which is Black Angel Music. And then on Facebook, we have a news group called Black Angel News, which is I post there daily, pretty much. It's normally I'll post there whether it's something about the band or something about goth music in general, and Instagram as well. Black Angel Music on Instagram. I post the same stuff there.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where you can find anything about us. And Corey has his own nude website that he likes to share around. I'm sure he'll put the address in the comments.
Yes. Just me in
Is it?
gladiator outfits with that particular piece is missing.
Oh, okay. So you did the Roman thing, like the Roman
Yeah,
outfit,
exactly. You
and
know,
then
pretend like you don't know.
you
Yeah.
free ball it. Yeah, great. Yeah, I'm into that. I'll definitely follow you. How much is the membership?
Oh, well, depends on how much you want to participate.
What level of service?
Exactly.
So, just finally here, when is new music are you guys coming out with?
So
Oh, and
October
how
the
long is
1st
the
is
October
so there
1st?
you go. Corey Landis is an amazing actor. Says it right there on the screen.
She's drunk. Thank you, Tasha.
Um,
I appreciate that.
I've seen
October.
Corey somewhere. I need to. I'm sure I've seen him on other stuff.
No,
It's the
I've seen you
Gladiator.
too, but
It's
we
the
won't talk
Gladiator
about
movie.
that on camera.
Okay.
So yeah, October 1st, we have our fifth album called One out. It's, I guess, is it the fifth album? I don't know, but it's the remix album, and we've got these 20 remix tracks on there that it's not your regular four to the floor dance, remix stuff. There's some like dubstep on there. Yeah, there's some really good stuff, and there's three singles out already on Bandcamp. They're all completely free. You just go on there, download it, enjoy it. This project was all about sharing the music. So we got together with these remixers. They didn't charge for it. They don't want any money for it. When we put it out, we're not going to. Well, we have to charge $1 to get it on there, but all monies go to Alzheimer's charity. This is just an exercise in sharing music with people, which I think is a really kind of healthy thing to do. So that'll be out in 2 weeks' time, October 1st, and I'm going to.
All right.
Sorry, October 7th and October 1st. I'm going to do a live stream on Twitch and exclusively play the whole album and sit there and chat and
Hell yeah,
bore people.
we are on Twitch as well, and if you send me all the links, I'll make sure that I'll post another video with all your guys' link and even the softcore pornography that Corey's putting out. No, I'm
Awesome.
joking. Yeah, but you guys are awesome. I love your music. I love the goth, and I really hope that this is not the last time that we chat. I will keep posting and your music and try to help in any way to promote it. And when I'm in England or when I'm back in LA in a couple of weeks, maybe we can talk more about. Maybe I'll jump into that type of career, getting something tattooed down there and getting some exclusive pictures of my anus. You know?
in your gladiator outfit.
And my gladiator affect, exactly. But anyways, guys, it's been great talking to you. I really appreciate you guys doing this for me. Like I
No,
said,
thank you.
I started the page, and I usually post music that I like. I'm not into pressure of posting things that it's personally the music that I listen to, you know.
Right, right.
So Corey, I think, had
I think
problems with the
he's
video
fallen
and he
over.
left.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I really want to thank you for taking time to do this, and we love your music, and we'll definitely be posting more of it. And like I said, if if you could just DM me, or I'll go to your website and I'll be putting up some links later on today or tomorrow morning about where people can find everything about your band.
Sounds great. Thank you very much. And yeah, appreciate the time. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you very much. You have a good evening. I know it's late over there in England, and thank you very much for doing it.
All right. Thanks a lot. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Ciao.